Now we come to understand the role of consumer behavior on strategic planning. So strategic planning means we will take you through various steps of a strategic planning and try to give you a perspective as to how the consumer buyer behavior or a consumer behavior comes into picture. First is the organization itself. It has to start with the organization. Organization should not be now the product oriented, but it says that organization should be consumer centric oriented. To give you an example, DHL 20 years before used to say that we are a logistics or we are a courier company. Now today DHL says that we are an express delivery provider. This express delivery is a consumer centricity because consumer is looking at my goods should reach very fast, my goods should reach in time, I should have an assured delivery of my goods, etc. So they have become now express delivery service provider. So you see, that's a change, strategic change. Environmental scanning, company must always do opportunity and threat analysis. However, when you do that, there are macro and quantifiable aspects which is different, the growth in GDP, the disposable income, availability of money, etc. But what is needed is this lifestyle change of need, my likes, dislikes, my behavioral mindset, those needs to be also understood simultaneously. So because that is what is going to have a major impact on my purchase decision towards the category purchase and then your brand. So that's what, and then that's how my response will get shaped. Third comes the establishing goals and objectives. So organizations definitely get the third stage is the goal and objective setting after you scan the environment. You have to align your goals and objectives, of course, to the marketing condition. Here what we are trying to tell you is a consumer centricity will require you to understand consumer behavior which is specific towards your company's image that they have in your mind, whether they are receptive about your corporate image or they are against your corporate image, etc. So that also is a very critical aspects. Set goals consistent with company's image. So always try to align with the image that you have. iPhone will always try to continue establishing themselves as an innovator. They will probably think 100 times, 1000 times before copying any other feature. Even if they do it entirely differently. So that sets them apart. That gives that innovativeness. Here the example of Tide is given. Tide will continue to fight against Surf as a challenger brand. They have to constantly keep putting a pressure and the behavioral traits in front of consumers. This is how I am different. So that's how your goals and objectives get aligned. Fourth step of a strategy planning is analyze the company's existing product portfolio. So when it's a question of what product that you have, so first of course comes the product mix decisions. Product mix decision consists of what kind of products you have. So Hindustan Unilever, if I take skin care, hair care, kitchen care, likewise, and food products are also there, brew coffee or say Kisan ketchup, etc. So this is what product. Under each, then there may be different things. Skin care, you have a cold cream, you have a wrinkle-free cream, etc. So you see the product. This is what product mix that I'm talking about. Brand extension. So they have under soap multiple brand. Lux is there, the other Rexona is there, but there are other brands, so for each product again there are multi brands. So you have to have a decision like whether you will have a company plus brand name suffix or you have only separate brand, this thing you will be multi branding for the same category, etc. what. So these are the decision that has to be taken. Then comes the fifth step of a strategic planning is develop a new business plan. Business plan consisting of your entire approach to go to market and get your desired corporate objective achieved. So therefore the sixth stage is the marketing strategy. So the business plan needs the inclusion of a marketing strategy. So what is the strategic aspects? So here consumer buyer behavior is not mentioned as such, but they indirectly are there. All the previous steps, as I told you, the consumer buyer behavior needed to be understood by the organization before he comes to this stage. So that's why it is all inclusive things. Therefore it is not separately mentioned. Marketing strategy, as we say, that should be harmonious with firm's strategic plan. So this is a theory part of it. Consumer behavioral part, as I said, कि भाई, you are now trying to become a consumer centric organization. So all your decisions, 4 P's of marketing, product, price, placement, etc. has to be aligned with consumers. So that's what I meant, where that consumer buying behavior or consumer behavior comes into picture. Seventh is the measuring the performance. It's an outcome. So consumer behavior is directly not out there, but if you do not understand consumers, you can tend to not gain most of the customers, or you may spend disproportionately high, so your profitability is adversely impacted. You may achieve your volume target, but to get that you have to do a lot of communication, because you fail to really understand what triggers the consumer response. As a result, your profitability got impacted. So this is where now you understand that how consumer behavior is critical for any organization's success. The strategic planning phase and inclusion of a consumer behavior. So this particular section 1.5 gave us that clarity. Moving on, 1.6, which is the consumer behavior in an online environment. So what we are trying to do is understanding now the consumer behavior in an online environment, which is rapidly changing, and it is quite different. Entire new force or a new factors come into play. You are there, you have a brick and mortar showrooms also available across the country, but online is a different way the consumer experiences the purchase. So now here, should the focus be on what? Relationship, or there's still a divide between interaction? That's another part. You have to decide whether you want a relationship or you want consumers to buy as and when they need. However, in an online, the challenge is there are many online shy consumers. The level of purchase that I do online vis-a-vis my daughter, lakh rupees ka to difference hoga in a year, if I have to give you an idea. So she is like, everything is online, like while I am selectively online. So it's not that I do not know the online purchase. Personalization has an intense impact. Now see, the technology is changing the way the communication is addressed to you. So now earlier the email used to come, dear sir stroke madam. Now dear Mr. Hathi. So like your attention goes, you SMS addresses you in a way. Your digital platform communication is also personalized, etc. You get what you like, based on your past searches and all. So that personalization is changing the way I take my analysis, information gathering, etc. So consumers are less brand savvy. So let's defend this statement. And you may wonder that, oh, I am so brand oriented, I always buy branded things. But you are small part of the larger population of the society. So that should not be forgotten. Online is supposed to be reaching everybody. There also it is not reaching everybody. Online is creating their own personalized brand. Reason is that consumers are now less brand savvy. That's what, consumers have a different buying needs. So that need, if you can fulfill, he doesn't mind switching the brand. So the challenge to the existing brand marketer is to create a loyalty, create a deep loyalty. So that's what they have to handle.